Welcome back to another video. We have a build order video today for 21 population man-at-arms into archers. This is a civilization specific build order for the Ethiopians. We're going to make use of the Ethiopian bonus, which is that you get 100 food and 100 gold when you age up. And this build order is going to give us man-at-arms into double archery range production with blacksmith and fletching within about 14 minutes of the in-game timer. We're going to drop one range, then a blacksmith, and then the second range once we've hit Feudal Age. We start off with our standard 2 houses and our 6 villagers underneath the TC gathering food from sheep. After that, we're going to have 2 villagers going to the wood line. If you are interested in the written version of the build order, do check the description in the YouTube video for instructions on how you can grab it. Now, the good thing about this build order actually is that it mirrors some of the other build orders for 21 population man-at-arms into archers up until you reach Feudal Age, and that's pretty good for developing muscle memory. So it's good in that way. You can check out the other build orders for generic civs for man-at-arms into archers 21 population in the build order playlist. But with the Ethiopians, it means compared to our generic civ build order for 21 population man-at-arms into archers, we're going to actually get the range first, with fletching coming in after that, and then the second range, and it's a lot quicker. It's about a minute and a half almost quicker in-game timer for that endpoint. The endpoint being double archery range and blacksmith with fletching. So we've got our 2 villagers onto woodline. We then got the next villager from the TC to grab the boar, and then from that, the next 2 villagers go to the woodline. So as a recap, 6 on sheep. We then get 2 villagers to the woodline. We grab our first boar, and then the next 2 villagers to the woodline. After that, we're going to send our next villager towards the berries and to build 2 houses as part of your wall. Now, you will have to drop off food from the TC, the villagers grabbing food from boar, because you want to keep the TC running, and the carrying capacity means that you have to force drop. This villager is building 2 houses, and then we'll go to berries. The next villager will go to build the mill, and of course go to berries. Now, after this, you're ready for your next villager to grab your second boar. After that villagers come out, you're going to then send the next 2 villagers to berries to make 4 in total. Make sure you shift click your villagers to your next sheep. You don't want to have any idle time underneath the TC, ideally. Now, you don't have to push any deer for this build order, but it would really help. But again, we're going to get away with it and not have to do it, so it shows you can do it without it. There's the second boar coming in, and once you've got 4 villagers on berries, the 4th one's just popped out now, we're going to get the next 2 villagers to stay underneath the TC gathering food. There's the first. There's the second. So the next villager to come out of the TC will build your barracks. Again, you want to have it sort of forward so that it can be part of your wall as well. And because you now have about 10 villagers underneath the TC, you're going to shift click at least half of them roughly to one sheep and the other half to the other sheep once this boar's run out. You're building your barracks. Now the next villager will come out to gold. That'll be the last villager you make before clicking up, and you would have preempted it and clicked loom. And then as soon as you hit 500 food, you're going to click up to Feudal Age. Now this villager that's building the barracks will then go on to build 3 houses when you can afford it. You won't be able to afford it all at once, but you know, we'll work through it. Okay, so we've clicked up to Feudal Age. Okay, so we're well on our way to Feudal Age now. Once you've built the barracks, you want to queue up your militia, and that villager that built the barracks will want to build 3 houses when you can afford it with the wood. From the TC, you'll send 4 villagers from underneath the TC to the wood line, and the rest of the villagers will take the sheep underneath the TC. So militia coming out now. You want to queue up 3 militia and grab your scout to go with them, and to hit your opponent where you've scouted. You want to, with the building villager, to continue to wall up with palisades up until the point you hit Feudal Age, and then you'll drop your range. The villagers here that are underneath the TC, once they've taken the sheep, will go to a straggler tree, and all new villagers from the TC, once you've hit Feudal Age, will go to gold. We've got our 3 militia and scout going forward now. Okay, once we've hit Feudal Age, we drop a range. We're going to get the man-at-arms upgrade from the barracks and the double bit axe upgrade from the lumber camp. Once we've put the foundation of the range, you'll want to get 2 farms from the villagers on the straggler tree. That's after you've got the double bit axe upgrade. Now with the villager that's built the archery range, once you hit 150 wood, you're going to drop your blacksmith and you'll queue up archers to go forward. We're going to keep a steady trickle of new villagers to go to gold. They've been waypointed, of course. And then once you've put the foundation for the blacksmith, you'll want to start adding more farms. In total, you add 3 farms, so you have 5 in total. That villager that's built the blacksmith will want to build a house. Keep up your archery range production. So there's the 5th farm underneath the TC. And that villager is going to build another house. And once you can afford it, we'll drop the 2nd archery range. We've got fletching coming in now. Once we've hit 5 farms, and then we'll keep up villager production after that. Okay, there's the archery range, the 2nd one. It wasn't the slickest build there. There's a little bit of idle time with the villager, but that's because we're fighting up front as well, so that can happen. Of course, you're not seeing that, but we're just showing the build order here. And now this villager that's dropping the 2nd range will want to continue building houses so you don't get pop capped, or, well, housed rather. Once you've hit 8 villagers on gold, your next villagers are going to want to drop farms. They'll go to wood, a wood source, probably the straggler's the best bet, and then drop farms as you can afford them. Now we've got a steady production of archers from the 2 ranges, and we've got the villagers being produced from the TC. Keep building houses, and at this point we can think of 2 different things. We can either perhaps go for padded archer armor if we think it's going to be an extended Feudal Age battle, but if we think actually we've done the damage we need to do and we're going to head back home, we might need to think about actually just keep dropping farms and click up to castle age when we can afford to do so. So that completes the build order. I mean, a few things: you'll want to refresh this lumber camp when you can afford it, get the wheelbarrow, and hopefully you've done a lot of damage with your man-at-arms into archers, especially with Ethiopians with their faster firing archers. Hope you enjoyed that video. Do let us know what you thought of the build order, and especially if you try it out on the rank ladder, how did you get on? I can't wait to try this out on the rank ladder, really looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll see you on the next video for some more build orders. Take care, guys.